Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen. Um, these days, especially the last year or so, I tend to want to have more vegetarian meals in my diet, and my husband and I, to be honest, tend to eat vegetarian, have vegetarian days a few times a week, and it's not for any religious reason or anything. It's more for health reasons, and I think we've been influenced a lot by our daughter, who has been a vegetarian and going on to becoming a vegan for the last 3 years. And I'm quite amazed that she's been able to hold on to her way of being. But I'm quite proud of her actually. I think sometimes our children, and in this case, my young adult daughter, I think they can teach us a thing or two as well, or just I don't know. I'm quite interested in having more vegetarian meals and everything. So, well, that being said, today I'd like to make um, a vegetable dish using French beans. For me, one of the easiest ways to incorporate a little bit of protein into a vegetable dish is by using boiled dal. I grew up eating that dishes of vegetables with dal, and it's a very traditional Indian traditional way of cooking, and I kind of like it as well. It makes the dish creamy, gives it more flavor. Of course, it doesn't taste like a usual stir fried vegetable dish. It's a bit more mushy and so on, and creamy, but it's quite tasty. And those of you who've never done that, please do try this dish that I'm making today, which is French beans with some dal added to it. So, which can be eaten by a vegetarian person, uh, and it is protein rich as well. So the ingredients are okay. This is about a quarter cup of boiled dal. Can you see? That's boiled dal. This is only a quarter cup. I always have pre-boiled dal in my freezer. I soak the dal. I boil it, and then I put them into Ziploc bags, and they're always frozen in my freezer. So whenever I want to incorporate dal into my dishes, all I have to do is take the Ziploc bag, break off a piece, and I get to use them in my dishes. The ingredients are, besides the boiled dal, is French beans. I've cut them this way, like so. Okay, this one has a little bit of that fiber sticking out. Wait, so like this, I cut it diagonally. So I don't know. I tend to do this quite often. And then we have curry leaves, a sprig, and then about 3 shallots sliced, about quarter of red chilies, chopped, and about 3 cloves of garlic sliced as well. And then I've got mixed spices and salt and turmeric powder. Okay, turmeric powder, and I'm going to use some oil and a little bit of water, and you can also add some coconut milk. This is about half a cup of coconut milk. You don't have to use the coconut milk. You can use coconut milk, or you can use Ideal or UHT milk, or any kind of milk, cow's milk, or you don't have to use milk at all. Okay, so I like using a little bit of coconut milk because Indian food and coconut milk is kind of like a wonderful combination. Okay, so I've heated up some oil. Now I'm putting in a little bit of mixed spices. Okay, and let that flutter, and we would crackle and pop as well. Can you hear that? A little bit of that sound, the crackling sound. Okay, I hear it now. I'm going to put in the onions and the chilies. Sorry, the onions and the garlic. Saute for a bit until it gets brown, and then I will add the chilies and the curry. So once I've added the chilies and the curry leaves, I put in my turmeric, about a quarter teaspoon or maybe just half. Okay, that's it. I like putting it in the oil because then you get a very nice flavor or fragrance coming out, and then the beans go in. Give it a quick stir. So now you add some salt, about half a teaspoon. To taste, actually, I'm going to add a little bit more, maybe 3/4 of a teaspoon. Give it a stir. Add some water, just so that it sort of cooks a little. And then you put the dal in depending on how, like this dal over here is quite mushy, so I'm not going to add it in right now. But if your dal is like half cooked, you can add it early on. So right now, mine is mushy, so I'm just going to close the pot and let it simmer for a bit. So this is how it looks like now. It's still semi-cooked. It's not cooking. It's not cooked all the way through. You can add your dal now, all of it, and give it a stir. So remember that to put your dal in according to how boiled it is, whether you boiled it very soft or whether it's still in, you can still see the shapes of each lentil. So now I'm going to close it again for a little bit. Hi guys. So I know in Indian cooking, the vegetables tend to be really cooked through and almost soft, and that is traditionally how Indian vegetables are done. And like my mom, she wants it only like that. You know, it's a little crunchy, and she doesn't like it. But you don't have to do that. You can always make it partially cooked and so on, and still get that Indian traditional taste. But cook it as much as you want. So you can still have a little bit of crunch if you want. It's all according to how you want. So now it seems to be nice and cooked. I don't think it's fully cooked. I think there might be a little bit of a crunch still left here, but well, I don't want it all too cooked. So I'm going to add, I had half a cup of coconut milk. By the way, this is coconut milk. I'm not going to add all of it. Left some of it out. Left this out because I don't want it too watery. And it is basically done. So my beans cooked with dal is done. So there you go, everyone. My traditional South Indian French beans with dal. I hope you try this vegetable. It's really yummy, and I have not overcooked the beans either, so it's quite a healthy dish. So thank you everyone for joining me today. Here's Shakila Shanmugam signing off. Bye guys.